welcome to episode 4 of Digital Innovation Talks. My name is Silvia Diazzi, and I will be your host for today. I collaborate with the Youthmakers Hub as a content creator for the AfriConEU project. Youthmakers Hub is a youth organization based in Athens, and it operates internationally. The vision of the organization is to empower young people to be agents of social change. Digital Innovation Talks is the theme of our AfriConEU Vidcast Series. For the ones wondering what a vidcast is, it is simply a podcast that contains video content. So the series includes 12 monthly episodes for April 2022 and March 2023, and each episode will explore a different topic related to the EU African Digital Innovation Hubs and startup ecosystem. For the ones who watch us for the first time, AfriConEU is a project that aspires to create the first Trans-Continental Networking Academy to support African and European digital innovation hubs in capacity building, knowledge sharing, networking, collaboration, joint projects, and venture development. The project has received funding from the European Union's Horizon 2020 Research and Innovation Program, and it is implemented from February 2021 until January 2024. It involves 4 partners from Africa and 7 partners from Europe. So let's start. The topic of our episode today is the technological challenges of African digital innovation hubs. Let me introduce you with great pleasure to our guest for today, Promise Mwakale, a project manager from Buni Innovation Hub, Tanzania. So welcome, Promise. Tell us more about you and Buni Innovation Hub.
Thank you, Silvia. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Promise Mwakale, as introduced. I'm partnership lead at Buni Innovation Hub, or as we like to call it, Buni Hub of Hubs. Buni is one of the first digital innovation hubs in Tanzania. It is started in 2013 and has been going strong. It is an ecosystem builder of the country, and we create a critical mass of talent in the ecosystem through tech entrepreneurship trainings, as well as Hub of Hubs, building of other hubs in support of further ecosystem build-up and activities.
Wonderful. Thank you for the introduction. During the last few weeks, we got in touch with our community and followers, and we collected some very interesting questions for you, Promise. So let's see what the audience wants to know. The first question is, how does a digital innovation hub get started?
I think there's the European way and the African way. In Africa, it's a necessity, but in generally, a digital innovation hubs has 4 main pillars. So it'd be, what is your mission and vision? What is your mission and strategy? What are the access to basic funding? What is your strategy into getting to the community, and how do you build a community? So building a community would be about what is the brand value that you want to have, what are the ecosystem collaborations that you're looking for, how are you going to achieve access to market, especially for the startups. So in general, I think if we talk about the Digital Innovation Hub, the pillars would be your organization, your service, the ecosystem that you serve, as well as the finance and access to finance, or how you're going to facilitate the access to finance for that innovation ecosystem.
Perfect. These 4 pillars are going to be very useful. Then moving on to the second question, what are the main tools that a digital innovation hub have?
I think a digital innovation hub, first and foremost, the tools are human resources. The human resource that you have, the capacity, the connections, all this are made by humans, and they're enabled by humans. But also the Digital Innovation Hub has a platform. So the platform to get and put together the ecosystem or help or strengthen, that is very important. But also the connections and the networks are important tools that a digital innovation hub has and the capacity that and that access to other communities that it engages.
Okay, perfect. So network and the people are a very important part of the creation of a digital innovation hub. That's great. So the next question is: can digital innovation hubs work as a community and transfer the knowledge and skills to each other?
I think this is where the digital innovation hubs actually prosper, or this is where they excel at. For instance, I know in Europe, the best example of these knowledge transfers and community and skills to each other is the EU Pan-African Network. And the digital innovation were the smallest components of the regional DIH networks that form the EU Pan-African networks. So digital innovation networks, as they are, as which incorporates the incubators, the knowledge generations, the government, and all the other stakeholders, altogether can these different nodes can form bigger nodes, and these bigger nodes strengthen even more because you have achieved the critical mass that it needs for your voices to be heard and for the skills or your mission to be accomplished. Because when there's a lot more people, then there's a bigger audience to listen to this. There's more connectivity.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Then I think another very interesting question is: what are the main factors that create technological challenges of African digital innovation hubs?
What are the main challenges in the African
Related
network?
to
Yeah.
technologies.
Uh, I, as a continent, we've evolved a bit more. We've moved from different and explored different governmental ways of leading, and I think the challenges that it still brings, especially for tech, is the lack of policies that support this. Of recent years, we've seen the number of countries. Of course, it's not just Africa; it's almost widespread and very worrying. That whenever we have a political election, then there's no internet. This,
Mhm.
I mean, of recent, it was just Sudan has had, I think, 6 days of no internet, and it has happened even to the biggest economy in Africa, Nigeria. It's happened otherwise in Asia and South America. So the more powerful digital networks have become, or how tech has become, the more threatening it has become to the everyday ways of life, which has made it has hard people the need to control, and that has made support for policies a bit. It has decreased the support for policies for this. But also, of course, when we mention tech, we mention financial access and infrastructures, and all these are linked together because tech needs infrastructure set. As much as we would train these people, if you don't have a basic access to computer, you don't have a basic access to very strong machines, for instance, for AI, you're still talking about lagging behind on this. We also have international collaborations, obviously, because when an industry gets regulated, the less people that want to collaborate. It is a way of life.
So the next question: how can the partnership with the European digital innovation hubs help to overcome the challenges that you were mentioning?
I think the best part about when two continents unite is one, we have a is create a platform that that can help partner, collaborate, but as well as create those blueprints that can lead, or we can assimilate to and adopt. So someone has to start. I think it's like every other collaboration that someone has to start, and once that is working and this is beneficial, then there's evidence that such things should be worked on, or it's an important aspect that can be addressed.
Yes, perfect. And following up to this question, what do you think are the technological opportunities that the digital innovation hubs in Africa can benefit from at the same time?
I think all the new trends that are coming are very exciting. So the new areas that we're getting to exploring. And the good thing about Africa is we have the with the numbers, with the population, and of course we have the challenges. So all this tech that is coming that can help all these challenges are opportunities for DIH to explore and strengthen their network further. If you think of an DIH as an orchestra between parties, then we're in a very good place to help the linkage between these new trends and the community or the problems that we can solve. An example is M-Pesa, how M-Pesa has come to, as a tech opportunity, has made the countries even smaller, has made logistics possible. I can, as much as we have websites to order, if you don't have the logistics, then you're not likely to the tech won't pick up, because then they're there and then it wouldn't happen.
Totally. I like your metaphor with the orchestra. And also, I've used M-Pesa in Kenya, and I cannot believe that I cannot use it now in Europe, for example. It's a great opportunity that comes from real need in there. So I think that's a good way to go. And also on the
Yes.
same line, since we're talking about M-Pesa, do you believe that the access to technology is equally shared? Because access is also a very important aspect of technology, as you also mentioned before.
Unfortunately, we go back to, I mean, that's what we're talking about M-Pesa. I mean, if we ever had to wait for Visa to come to Africa, God help us. And then we had to print little cards, and then we have to have a network, and then this network had to be there. I mean, just in Africa, waiting for a phone to be connected, like to have a phone line, was not going to happen. So internet, wireless, satellites have all helped get there. And this is what M-Pesa has taken advantage of what do you already have? You have your phone, whether it's a feature phone or a smartphone, but that is a technology that's adopted, so it's being used. So the same way we can say technology can never be equally shared because infrastructure is not equally shared. So if we say, for instance, just the access to phone would get you access to the tech that you need, without that, you won't happen. So the same way, if there's places that are lacking basic electricity, tech cannot survive with electricity. That's the basic foundation of technology. So unfortunately, it's around, it's there, but as long as the access to the platforms is not there, you wouldn't be able to, it cannot be equally shared. Same way with EVs. If you have an EV here and the charging point is at your home, you're unlikely to adopt that. So it would be there, it's available, but if you don't have the infrastructure to carry this through, you can't possibly take advantage of it.
Absolutely. You need a system behind the technology to actually be adopted.
Yes.
I will
Yes.
go with the last question from the audience. How can innovation and technology change a community?
We're back to M-Pesa and how much easy it is. The possibilities of having that. it opens up possibilities. The number of people that are currently taking employment or taking advantage of just Instagram, for instance, to sell things. It's not a platform necessarily for selling, but it's been used, especially in Tanzania. If we talk about Tanzania, it's been used as a commercial platform. Like, we don't have Amazon, but Instagram works. So that has changed the community. I mean, we now even have the government thinking of taxing Instagram pages for this. This is change. This is proper change that comes. So it opens up innovation, opens up employment. It keeps people happy. We get taxes from this, and businesses grow. So from the traditional method of dealing, I think it's the scaling up that tech really changes in the community and what the community is able to achieve.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much, Promise, for all the very, very precious insights. I'm sure they are very useful for anyone who is listening. I would like to ask if you want to add any final input or comment that you want to leave us with.
I think the AfriConEU is a great platform if we use it properly. The AU EU matchup is the best way to go. We've had a stronger relationship between AU and EU, and platforms like AfriConEU and the other Horizon 2020 family programs are a good place, and I think more people should use that, whether it's Europeans trying to see how we can partner together, or Africans see how Europeans can partner together. We are essentially can work together to have a bigger impact. I think that would be my final word for this.
Your takeaway. Thank you. Together is better. I'm sure there are always going to be more opportunities for collaboration. Thank you very much. So that was episode 4 of Digital Innovation Talks, the AfriConEU Vidcast series. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media and stay up to date. Stay tuned for the next episode.